What proposed law would get passed by the populace if the lawmakers were unable to block it? No stock trading for anyone in government that can vote on laws or works directly with those that can vote on laws. Edit. Thanks for the award. You love me. You really love me. Term limits. Campaign finance reform. Edit. Thanks for the awards. No insider trading for politicians. Ranked choice voting in the U.S. It opens the doors for more than 2 political parties, which is why no one currently in power wants to see it pass. A law preventing commercials from being louder than the volume of the program you're watching. If the federal government shuts down, then so does the salaries of all members of Congress and the president. And no back pay for however long it is shut down for. Politicians have to wear patches of the name of their campaign contributors, like the way they put stickers on cars at NASCAR races. No dark money. The people get the same health care as Congress. Corporate executives serving jail time when companies break the law. Getting rid of daylight savings. Corporations are not people, and limit campaign donations to $100 per person. No corporate donations. The IRS does your taxes for free. The IRS calculates your income deductions. They send you the result. You agree with or challenge that result. Lots of countries do it this way. New Zealand, Japan, the Netherlands. But paid tax preparers lobby hard against it. Banning elected officials of any type from owning individual stocks. Legal weed. Term limits, for sure. No insider trading would probably be another one. How about no donations or gifts while they're in office? Fining people based off their income and not declared amounts. It would prevent a single legal fine from destroying someone's life. Legalizing marijuana and abortions. These are things that most people agree should be legal, but lobbyists and religions stop from passing. Term limits, age limits, ban Congress from trading stocks. Weed, term limits, banning advertisements for prescription drugs. Universal health care. Anything that forces them to live like we do. I, for one, like lawmakers, have to live with the medical system insurance the commoners do. The right to die. We shouldn't force life onto people who have no quality of life left, unless they want to keep living like that. If someone is near end of life, is suffering, and wants their morphine dose turned up to 11, they should be free to make that choice, officially, instead of this weird. Everyone knows we kind of speed things along sometimes, but we also don't speed it along too fast. Limbo we put people in. Particularly with things like Alzheimer's, people should be able to choose their fate before they've lost their autonomy. I want to be able to say when I can't remember my family anymore, have no independence, and am constantly scared and confused, keep pumping me full of the happy drugs until my heart stops. It's not compassion forcing someone to cling on to life. That we could have a vote and dismiss the current set of lawmakers. Prohibition on lobbying. People in government are barred from making investments in the stock markets due to conflicts of interests. Term limits for all members of Congress. Rent may not rise faster than inflation rate. No tax breaks for the super rich people and corporations. Anti-corruption laws and term limits. Gerrymandering eliminate it. Universal health care. A whole lot of stuff. Universal background checks and a few other common-sense gun ownership regulations. Higher minimum wage, higher taxes on corporations and the rich, Medicare for all, and letting Medicare and Medicaid negotiate treatment prices. Eliminating legal parking minimus, etc., etc. Most of the U.S. agrees in broad strokes on policy. The failures in communication come when we start using buzzwords and shorthand to talk about them, instead of describing the ideas themselves, which we're all guilty of to some degree, because slogans and buzzwords are way easier to remember. A law limiting how much money you can receive for a campaign, or a law forbidding anybody who makes laws being able to buy, sell stocks. This is an easy one. And daylight savings, why is this still a thing? No direct campaign donations at all. Make all campaign donation part of your income tax as a write-off, like your 401k or medical insurance. That way, only way to increase spending it to give people fair wages. Also, ban tipping wage. Politicians cannot get involved in real estate or stock market. Elimination of the Electoral College in US. One of my biggest political ideas is to implement the people's veto. After a bill is passed through Congress and President's veto, it then goes to a direct Democratic vote for final passage veto. Could easily implement system to make sure every single citizen has the right to participate, such as free app pagers, etc., where people can read each bill and cast their vote. I think the main problem in our country is how little normal citizens are able to control things, so this would directly address that problem by putting the power in each person's hands in a one-person, one-vote type of way. Then no matter how corrupt or idiotic our leaders are, they must do things in a way that will be okay with at least a majority of people. Could even make it a supermajority, like 66 or something, IDK. Trace back through the last multiple decades of policies and tell me this wouldn't change many outcomes for the better. Inherently anti-corruption and pro-democracy. I think left and center would readily support if the plan looks good and right could be convinced, can appeal to everyone's wish to have more agency in how things are run.